welcome to a special edition of This Is Your Life. And here we are in the fields of Ireland, where it all began.
Not really, is it? It's Morgan Park, isn't it? It's nice, though. Sort of Irish. It's a bit nicer than Ireland, though, isn't it, really?
Yeah.
Wouldn't find that in Ireland.
On the 5th of April, 1958, the small town of Market Hill was going to be changed forever. Forever, ever. With the arrival of a young baby boy named Thomas Anthony Frost.
Is that Anthony or Anthony?
Well, I like to say Anthony, but some people like to say the other.
Anthony or Anthony? What are we going to go for? Anthony.
Anthony Frost.
T.A. Frost was born
50 years ago today.
And this is our dedication to Thomas. A retrospective, if you will, in honour of Tom. The great book.
Enjoy.
It's just a CD book, that's all it is.
On the 5th of April 1958, the small town of Market Hill was to be welcomed by a young baby named Thomas Anthony Frost. It was on the streets here in Market Hill that Tom and his older and better looking brother Brian Bernard Frost learned to play cowboys and Indians and fostered what was to begin a very bitter rivalry. It was clear from a young age that Tom was very popular in town, and here's his younger sister Libby to explain how.
He's like a celebrity. Everybody in the, cause it's such a little place where we worked. The doctor was called out to him and everything. He was carried home with spikes. Everybody in the street knew Thomas had got, I think it was 7 stitches in his knee. And he spiked. He had a John Steed cane. He had the car. He had everything. He was so spoiled.
Was he spoiled then as a youngster?
Yeah, Bridgie Boy used to spoil him.
And so it was in his early teens his life was to change forever. His father, Len, a local postman, was fed up getting shot at whilst on his daily round and decided to move to quieter pastures in Bonamine. It was here Tom developed his unlimited kindness for humanity.
I was the baby, so I don't remember much, but I remember being bullied.
I remember the time he beat me up when I broke in the school. He was waiting there when we got home. That's a good memory of Tom.
And even though Tom spent many of his days policing his brothers and sisters, he still managed to find time to nurture his intellectual side. Some might say at the expense of finding a job, and hence a haircut.
What was he like as a child? Studying all the time.
I remember my father used to say to him when he was studying, Brian ended up to him because he was like went up to, Kevin Henry, he was in sixth form and that, studying when he'd be sitting, he'd be shouting at him, could he tell his long-haired lout to get out to work, sitting with his head in books all day? You're not going to get anywhere, she used to say. Get him out to work, like, He always used to shout at him to go to work, and his hair was really long, down there, greasy blonde, he'd be sitting reading. I used to do that, my father used to,
And so, 2 haircuts later, Tom learnt his trade as a nurse and met his wife-to-be, Karen. Whilst working, their relationship blossomed and they were to be wedlocked.
What's it like living with Tom?
Let me put it this way. Tom is probably the most intelligent person I know. However, the one who lacks the least common sense.
Tom lives here with his wife Karen and his in-laws.
It was here that Tom learned all the domestic skills that he's utilised over the years to such great effect in his own home, with his own wife and his own children.
Did he ever do the dishes here?
Oh, no way.
Never did the dishes?
No way.
Well, it's lucky he's changed then, Nana, isn't it?
Yes, lucky. What's the name of the dishes, yeah?
Ooh.
Andrew. What's the name of the chap from Jersey?
He used to come around and do the dishes?
He used to do food for them.
Yeah, and Tom's mate used to come around and do the dishes?
And he used to come for food as well.
That's incredible.
After 2.5 years of not doing the dishes in his mother-in-law's house, he moved on to his own house to carry on not doing the dishes.
In 1981, Liam, Tom and Karen moved to 17 Liveness Road. It would be in this house where they would complete their family with two other sons, Owen and Sean, and their cat, Jess.
It was also in this house that Tom almost lost his life. He was pumping some iron one night, and to the sound of the screeches of "Karen! Karen!" my mother ran up the stairs and found Tom with a huge bell bar. Well, it wasn't so big, it was probably like a dumbbell, I think, that caught across his neck. But from then on, Tom had a new sense of life, a new will to live, and so it was, he moved on.
In 1991, the Frost family relocated to Queensgate Village and life carried on as normal. Now this brings us to the present day. Despite what many of you may have been led to believe, there are many people out there who really do appreciate Tom.
If you had to sum up Tom in one word, what would you say?
One word. Caring.
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 Another word?
Loving.
I must have been about 8 one Christmas. I came to Tom's house for Christmas. And he bought me Calvin Whalen, my Cabbage Patch doll, who had his own birth certificate and everything.
Unfortunately, there were two siblings we couldn't get hold of for this documentary. One, Patricia, was working hard in the hospital, while the other, Brian, was apparently on a photo shoot for the next issue of Men's Health magazine. Now, thanks to the hard research of this documentary, we have a definitive answer for the one question that's been dogging most of Tom's life. And that is, who is the most good looking between Tom and Brian?
Oh, there's no thinking about that, it's Brian.
Brian, obviously.
Oh, Brian.
Go on, Brian.
Brian.
Oh, Brian. Brian!
Brian.
Thomas Anthony Frost, this is your life.
Cheers.
I am what I am. I am my own special creation. So come take a look. Give me the hook or the ovation. It's my world that I want to have a little pride in. My world, and it's not a place I have to hide in. Life's not worth a damn till you can say I am.